My sick fug parents forced their 16-year-old pregnant daughter to keep the baby to teach her a lesson, and it pisses me off. When I was about maybe 3 years old or so, my half-sister got pregnant at 16 from her then boyfriend. My mom and dad were furious and did fug all to help her, instead constantly scolding her and forcing her to keep it so she learns her lesson. One of my earliest memories was my half-sister sitting on the couch and my dad point blank in her face screaming at her so loud the walls were shaking. After she gave birth she would move out with her boyfriend at the time, but at 16 years old things don't work out. After that she became a nomad for a while, moving from guy to guy and sometimes moving back home or with other family members just so she could have a home and a place to raise the baby. I remember my parents just making fun of her and saying all these bad things about her. They would talk about how pathetic she was and what a loser she was. They would tell me to never make the same mistake she did. The thing is, they partially created the situation she is in that they criticize her for. They make fun of her for moving from place to place while maybe offer her to stay at home. They make fun of her for dropping out of school while maybe at least help watch the kid while she goes to school or at least get her GED or something. Just do something to help her for fug's sake. I'm 34 years old now, and looking back I realize just how fucked up my parents were to do that to their kid. The moment my half-sister got pregnant they just treated her like shit and she became their punching bag. They were so reluctant to offer her any help. For fug's sake, the person who needs help the most is a teen parent. Even then maybe they could have offered her better fugging support to prevent the pregnancy to begin with. It really showed me who they are, that when their own child needed help the most they prioritized belittling them just to make themselves feel good. Now that I'm older I know what sick fugs they are. My half-sister would eventually go on to have 3 more kids with all different dads, get married twice, divorced twice, but eventually put herself through school to get a good job. If my parents ever cared for even a single moment, perhaps they could have offered to get her into therapy or something, or do group therapy even. At least now she is better off and the kids have all grown up, so there is a somewhat of a happy ending. What pisses me off so much is what little care they had for human life. They didn't see the baby as a human being but as just a thing. Are you fucking kidding me? It pisses me off so much how they have no concern whatsoever for human life. That's her the baby ever was to them, just a thing to hang over their daughter's head to make her feel like shit so they can feel good about themselves. Edit. To answer some questions, my half-sister and I are not close in any way, shape or form. Long story short, I'm the black sheep of the family and my parents turned everyone against me once I outed the sort of people they are. This is not something I would ever tell her, as it would go in one ear and out the other and she would defend their horrid behavior. I have no love for anyone in my family aside from a few people who actually are good human beings. That said, I'm still very capable of seeing what is right and wrong, and what my parents did to their daughter is horrible.